Whenever I wonder if I am a good teacher, I rely on my students' feedback about me. I also consider how well my students are doing academically, how much they have improved, how much they like me or love me, and also how much they appreciate me. And I have checked with other teachers. Most teachers use students' feedback as an indicator of how good a teacher they are. This is correct, valid. Now, beyond being a good teacher, there is something called being an excellent teacher. So, how do we set out to become an excellent teacher? We can become an excellent teacher by studying the criteria or the qualities of an excellent teacher. And then we can try to achieve those qualities. So that is what this video is about. What are the things that excellent teachers typically do? Teaching, for many, is the last resort salaried vocation. This means that they got into teaching because they could not get into any other job, and it was so easy for them to get into teaching because in many countries there's no barrier to entry into teaching for some people, and therefore these people get into teaching and they just drift every day at work, not knowing why they are in the job apart from getting the salary. So days blend into weeks. They just spend their time at school without a sense of purpose, and the weeks then become months and months become years, and they go on like that. So approaching teaching strategically is the exact opposite of that. Meaning, you purposefully get into teaching because you want to accomplish something, or you have a clear goal that you want to achieve by teaching. Therefore, you plan your action each day and execute the actions to the best of your ability to achieve that end goal. So this is the quality of an excellent teacher. Knowing one's purpose in teaching and strategically working towards fulfilling that purpose is in line with achieving the highest need in Maslow's hierarchy of human needs, which is self-actualization. Now, moving forth from that realization, an excellent teacher acts responsibly and with accountability towards students, parents, community, and nation. Yes, teaching is a job that requires the highest level of responsibility and accountability. Just because there are many teachers who are guilty of teaching malpractice does not mean otherwise. Now, when I say accountability, what it means here is that when a teacher does a job really well, the impact of that is great on so many levels. And on the contrary, a teacher that's dropping the ball on doing their job, they are causing adverse effects at so many levels. Typically, in other high accountability jobs like engineering or medicine or finance, when people do not do their job, they are punished severely. But sadly, most employers of teachers do not do anything. But that should not be the reason why we care less and do less. Where is our locus of control? It should be right within us, and we should hold ourselves accountable whether or not there is an externally imposed punitive measure or reward. An excellent teacher is passionate about student development and therefore each and every day gives his or her best to ensure development of the student, not only in subject matter but also in other aspects including social and emotional development. Apart from being passionate about the learner, the teacher, the excellent teacher, is also passionate about learning. In other words, the teacher is a learnsmith of sorts who sets out to create other learnsmiths out of their students. What I mean by this is that the teacher is enthusiastic and passionate about lifelong learning and demonstrates that and role models that quality to the students by continuously learning. And in the classroom, when the teacher is presenting the subject matter, the teacher is not only presenting the subject matter but goes over and beyond that by providing the students guidance on how to learn, how to remember, how to understand, how to analyze, evaluate, synthesize, and retain all of those learning objects learned. An excellent teacher is also a respectable individual, and he or she becomes a respectable individual not by accident, not by demanding or throwing a tantrum to become respected, but rather by fulfilling certain qualities. And these we have covered extensively in a previous 3-part video series. If you have not viewed it, you can view the series of videos on respect. So in short, a respectable teacher is someone who respects herself or himself. He or she is a leader in action. The self-respect comes about as a result of high self-esteem, and they respect others, especially their students and also parents, colleagues. By default, they work hard to create a respectful environment, and what all these are, the breakdown of each one, as I said, have been covered extensively in the 3-part video series which I had made previously. So go take a look at that. And apart from those things, a very respectable teacher is also competent, has been covered in the previous video, a great role model of character ethics and moral principles, and always humble. An excellent teacher has to be diligent and disciplined so that they can do their job really well, and also in order to model these virtues to their students. On top of all those qualities, an excellent teacher must also have a rock-solid mastery of all the knowledge and skills required of a teacher in order to be able to do their job really well. This is the competence component. So the knowledge and skills include subject matter knowledge, pedagogy. In another video previously, we had roughly scratched the surface of understanding what is pedagogy. We will look at it in further detail in future videos. An excellent teacher must have an excellent mastery of languages, mainly the national language. In the context of Malaysia, it's Bahasa Malaysia, and also Malaysia being a country that uses a lot of English. So an excellent teacher should be very good in English language, even though sad to say many teachers are lagging behind in this area. It is time to enforce that going forward. Teachers should be great communicators, and they must be critical thinkers, and also they must have in their compendium of tools, if you will, good educational technology skills, because it's becoming a very basic and fundamental skill for teachers to be able to carry out e-learning, and they must have a certain level of numerical skills. As far as English is concerned, if I had any clout at all, I'll make sure that every teacher can score an 8.5 or above in the IELTS examination, and when it comes to numerical skills, at least an A1 in SPM or an A star in IGCSE maths. Otherwise, no, you are not ready to be a teacher. I know the standard is very high, so I better don't say anything further to this, but it is really essential. Attitude is very important for excellent teachers. They must be positive, optimistic, show the presence of a clean mind, and they must be health conscious. Health is sometimes not within one's control, but to the extent that they can manage their health, the control their lifestyle and habits, they must do their best to remain healthy. Now, talking about clean mind, this is very, very important. This is the place from where all these lewd comments about students' bodies, or some teachers, as it has come to light recently, go to the extent of even sliding their hand up a young girl's skirt in school. This is a teacher. In fact, this is not even a teacher, it is a principal, and it happened as recently as last year. And it is alarming that the Education Ministry has swept this under the carpet, but there's nothing we can do. As I said, it is very, very difficult to litigate teachers. But having said that, I hope this serves as a reminder that times will not always remain the same. The good people will catch up with you, so stop all of these shenanigans, teachers. If you are up to this kind of things, go clean your mind so that these lewd remarks, profanities, dirty talk in school with students stop altogether. As a closing word, let me leave you with this reminder in the form of an idiom: an idle mind is a devil's workshop. A teacher who approaches teaching strategically with the purpose of serving will find the motivation within himself or herself to work on becoming an excellent teacher. If you like this video, click like and subscribe, and look forward to seeing you in future videos on how to be an excellent teacher, an excellent parent, and achieving excellence mindset for the sake of our children and their future.